tuned into Raw Brilliance with Mansa J. We got a live one for y'all today.
Very good white people out there, bro. And of course, everybody knows.
I ain't trying to bash all white people, but I'm just speaking on facts.
I have white friends that are like, I'm really close with, because I know, like, when push come to shove, they got my back. You know what I mean? So, like, it's really good white people out there. They are. But I'm just saying, a lot of you are assholes, bro. Like, a lot. It's a lot of black people that are assholes.
But at the same time, though, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The same time, in the same breath, we talk shit about our black brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? How we need to do better and woo out the bell. I hold the same accountability to white people. Because you can't be cool.
Common sense.
Listen, you can't be so fucking cool with me, right? So to speak, because I have ex-white friends that we were so quote unquote cool, but then they show their real colors. You know what I'm saying? Even one of the homeboys that used my old roommate. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I really be calling shit for what it is, bro. Well, you can't, and then let me get to my point. You can't say that you cool with me and that you are, you know what I'm saying, that you support me and back me and all that shit, but then at the same time, you never even want to educate yourself to really, you know what I'm saying, like be, you know what I'm saying, like be a voice, you know what I'm saying, and make a difference for me.
Some of them just don't want to hear it, bro. Like, they
can't relate, and it's not their problem.
It ain't nothing you can do with it. Yeah, it's not their problem, and that's just that's the problem, though.
But it would be their problem if we started doing what is done to us.
Of course.
To them. You feel me? So then, everybody like, oh, well, they can't do that because that's ungodly and all that shit. Look, man.
You know what where we gonna stand on it? Naturally aggressive.
I'm like, where we gonna stand with this shit?
Jesus Christ, man. Oh my goodness, white Jesus.
Jesus is not a race. All right, let's get into that real quick.
Bro, I'm not. I was joking. We ain't even got to get into it, bro. I don't believe Jesus is any color. I don't.
Jesus is, well, I ain't gonna say he is spirit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, outside of the flesh, God is not, he's not black, white, Hispanic, none of that. So none of that even matters.
I don't know if you want to talk religion with me, though, bro. You don't want to talk religion with me, bro. We ain't get into all of this
shit,
bro.
We can go.
We ain't get into.
We can go. I love perspective, bro.
We've been going for an hour. I don't know, bro. I just don't buy into what everybody else believes in.
So what do you believe?
I believe that it's like, man, what do I believe?
I believe most people are just religious and that they're not spiritual.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So even when I say I'm Christian, I still almost have a guilt about even saying that because
I would never say that. I don't even say. I grew up very religious. My dad, he was big in the church. My family has a church. My granny, she was apostolic Pentecostal, like super church. When we went to go live with her in California, after being in church like 4 days out the week. Car wash on Saturdays and shit. We always in church. Like, you gotta learn to play instruments.
I was the drummer, nigga. I was at church every day.
Bro, my brother played drums. My cousin played piano and drums. I had to play drums. Like, we all learned. I fell out of it once I got to sports. By 5th, 6th grade, when I discovered sports, I was like, nah, I'm out of this bitch. Y'all got that, bro. But yeah, man. But once I moved out of the house, and there was just a lot of questions I had that he couldn't answer, and I don't know, and it just, I feel like this. Jesus was a person maybe back then. I think the Bible was based on like true stories, like type of stories or myths or fables or whatever, and it just, they put it in the box and said this is law, which they had the power to do back then, and it became so, and it grew. Of course, you're gonna have like all the bad shit the posters was doing back in the day. The king, man, I just can't see it. I can't see it. King James literally had a virgin rope, bro. He literally had scholars writing this motherfucker. You trying to tell me a man a king back then who believed wherever the fuck he say go, ain't put some shit in there like, okay, we gonna take this. Then you take all the stories of the old stories and ancient Kemet and all that stuff. We can go into that for about 2-3 hours, where you got the story of Isis and and all of them, and Isis and Haru and Aset or whatever, and it's basically the exact same story as Jesus, but this story is much older than this religion that they gave us or forced upon us. So most Africans don't even believe in any type of religion. Isis and Horus, they knew that was a story. Like, it was a story or whatever. And they believed, and they, like, everything is one. Like, all of this is God or whatever. We are God, like, we're all made of the exact same thing. Everything in this universe is made of the exact same, like, shit, like substance or whatever. And so I buy into more of that. Like, I believe there is a God or a maker maybe, but it's more of just like all of us, like we are it. Like, and that's why we should take care of Earth as such as it is God. You know what I mean?
If you say that if we are God, how you gonna self-hate yourself?
How what?
How you gonna have self-hate upon yourself?
Who, you mean me now?
Everybody. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't anymore.
As a whole collective. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying everybody is God, right? So as a collective, everything we just said 15 minutes ago.
You taking it and making it into something else, trying to make it an argument.
No, I'm not even making an argument, because it's just like saying, like, if I start sitting here,
us. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we created us or we up. What I'm saying is all of this shit is just one. Whatever whether call it the Big Bang or it's some big man in the sky pulling the trigger or whatever, it's all gonna boil down to the same shit though. Like, in the end, fundamentally, we are here just trying to figure this out, and we are all one. It's no black and fucking white, bro. Like, not really. They made that term up, like, to separate us, like they literally made that term up.
But okay, same way you have an awakening with how people make up terms, same way I told you what some of those terms even mean. It's like, if you got all these pieces that's constantly saying, hey, this is the picture, and if I take away this little piece of the puzzle, this is what drives chaos. Why don't people think more logically? Why don't you know what I'm saying?
Because everybody...
We bitch about parties.
Because there's 7 billion people in the world, and we all have our own inner being. Like, we all are gods unto ourselves. We talk to ourselves. If you thinking about something, you speaking to yourself. What the fuck is that? That's your inner God, bro. Whatever you want to call it. I don't care what, your chi, your zen, whatever. That's your inner shit talking to you. That's who you communicating with when you pissed off. Nah, man, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna do it, man. I ain't gonna fuck them up. That's your inner whatever you want to call it. So that's all I'm saying. It's 7 billion of all with that. We are all gonna push and pull at each other. That's why it's so much like chaos and shit, bro.
Yeah.
There's 7 billion of them. Everybody think they important. I think in some type of way I'm important to someone or somehow. You do the same thing. You got a family, your kids, like everybody, whoever's counting on you. 7 billion people think they should be the one. They should be millionaires or billionaires. They should be the one. Of course we're going to have conflict and turmoil. And then when you throw in some of those people who have powerful
But everything you saying is backed in scripture, though. Everything you saying.
Because it's all the same shit since the beginning of time, bro. So you trying to tell me some smart people can't make up some sayings and it actually live on throughout the years?
Okay, I can say this though. If you talking about the religion, let's separate the religion and talk more. It's about the spiritual, right?
Okay, that's what I'm into, the spiritual. I don't. Religion is set up for failure. I don't deal with that.
But you need foundation and other to have.
Get that.
But listen, what I'm trying to say. You need foundation in other words to at least go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You didn't learn how to read without knowing your ABCs. You feel me? So what I get for myself from scripture is more so how you take it how it is. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got how many preachers in the world and they preach? No, we have so many denominations. You know what I'm saying? It's just like branches of the faith. Let's say it like that. But somebody like myself, I didn't grow up in a church that was like so like religious. You know what I'm saying? It was far from religious. So
what was it?
It was non-denominational. You know what I'm saying? We were spiritual.
Non-denomination.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, when you talk about like things that is in the Bible, like apostles and prophets and, you know, evangelists, teachers and all that stuff, like.
But y'all still believe in the rapture and all that?
Yeah.
I figure it's gonna be some type of rapture anyway. Like, whether they're trying to predict how one's gonna be, like, it's gonna be another world extinction again. It might be a million years from now, but it's gonna happen.
But to sum up my point is, you know what I'm saying, based off of everything I was taught in that church that I grew up in, and seeing how the word actually does apply to life, because that's how they try to teach you. They didn't try to, you know, just read some scripture and be like, okay, this is what it says. Oh, this is what it is. Like, what does that mean to me?